What's going on, true believers? It's your man, Believes. Guys, guess what today is? It's October 13th, and you know what that means. Happy Dyslexic Halloween. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I'm married to the music like more to be on bricks. Even my lady call herself a side chick. I'm popping up like Orville Redenbacher on the flame conscious.
Okay, guys, CoinGecko has us trading at $2.389 trillion with a 24-hour volume, a good volume, of 148 billion. But you can see that Houston, we might have a little bit of a problem, and that depends on where you're looking. First, Bitcoin had a nice little run up yesterday, and the thing that you saw was that altcoins started to go down. Now, why was that? The answer was simple, because Bitcoin was sucking all of the oxygen out of everything that was going on yesterday. People were putting their money in Bitcoin, waiting for that parabolic move. A lot of people are expecting this massive run up and basically a doubling of the market cap to 2 trillion and taking it to close to 100,000. So a lot of people are trying to get in on that because, hey, who doesn't want to double their money? Well, that cost Ethereum, which went from 36 down to 34 before it bounced back just a little bit. Not to be deterred, though, BNB started to go a little bit crazy, had a 16% lift over the course of the last 24 hours, and is still going up. And if you will notice in the rankings, Binance went from number 5 all the way up to number 3. Dropping Tether down to 4th place, where it was sitting in 3rd yesterday, and Cardano all the way down to 5th place. And what's going on with Cardano? It's basically overbought, and there is no support right now for Cardano. The expectation right now is that it settles around $1.90, maybe in the mid range there, $1.95, before it bounces back up. Everybody who's anybody is expecting a $4 or $5 Cardano by the end of this bull market, but we are absolutely not seeing the support right now. Buy levels are in favor of the bears by a long shot, so there's not a lot of promising data coming out of Cardano at the moment, but it has smart contracts. If I had to guess, and I'm going to be guessing because I can't keep my mouth shut about anything, if I'm making a guess, here's what I'm guessing. We all got excited because Cardano has smart contracts. We all got excited because we saw here's a POS that is going to overtake everything. It's going to start matching up with Ethereum. It's going to start making these big moves. And what we ended up seeing was the launch of smart contracts, but the launch of no reasonable DEX. There's nothing in the ecosystem of Cardano right now that is available to us that makes it look like it's easy to do business and do trading over on Cardano. So right now, until we get something like Sunday Swap, and until we start getting a DEX that we can really use that looks effective, and what most of you are on right now, DEX tools and Uniswap or Sushi Swap or Pancake Swap, any one of those, they all look basically the same. Cardano has none of that right now, or at least in my hour of searching to try to find, and by the way, for those of you that don't know, I've been researching Cardano for a long time. It is incredibly difficult to do anything through that network right now. So I think what we're seeing is a downtrend that's going to continue until there's an opportunity for mass adoption, and we're just not at mass adoption right now because they haven't made it easy yet. But Sunday Swap is going to launch pretty soon. There's a couple more swaps that are going to be launching, and then there'll be some DEXs that are launching. They're not ready, and we keep waiting for them. When they get here, things will change, but for right now, we're just going to sit idly and wait to see what happens. But as you start going down the list, you're going to see a whole lot of different blockchains that are just moving up a little bit, and moving up a little bit, and moving up a little bit. Shiba tested 3,100 yesterday. Now it's back down to 28. Dogecoin hasn't done anything. Shiba's up 65%. Dogecoin's down 10%. The market caps are closing the Dogecoin. If you're in it, guys, the money's already been made. Can it get back up to 73 cents or 74 cents, wherever it got? Sure. But long term, is it going to maintain? Well, no, because right now it's maintaining around 22 to 25, while everything else is making at least some sort of significant movement. And if you go back and you look at the charts, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Not the long term, like the 25 is about where you're going to see Dogecoin right now. Maybe there'll be a parabolic run, but they rely on Elon Musk in many ways. By the way, Dogecoin is working on becoming a blockchain. They're working on doing a lot of things to change their ecosystem. Shiba, by the way, is changing the way they're doing business and conducting business. They're going to have a blockchain. Like, there's a lot of different things that are going on, but none of them are here yet. So I'm talking immediately, and in this bull market, you're probably not going to see that kind of change. But what you will see is a moment for both of them where you get a little bit of up. It's just not going to be sustained until such time as there's a real decent functionality. And just like Cardano, you can see a run up to 68 billion. That's no big deal. But what you're going to miss out on is the ease of use. So I feel like Shiba Swap might be poised. And guys, I would never say this, but I feel like Shiba might have a leg up even in the blockchain, because they've got all their ducks in a row and they have silently put together a great background to do whatever it is that needs to be done in order to send themselves into this parabolic mode. But going down the list, you're seeing Avalanche, which is down 14%. You're starting to see some green in the market. You're not seeing parabolic green, but you're seeing green, and that's a good sign. But let's face it, we're looking at the 1 hour and the 24-hour charts. If everything was down yesterday, it had to go back up today. So that's not something to get super excited about. When we start seeing these big parabolic, when we start seeing 50% here and 40% here, and just out of nowhere, we start to see 10 and 15 and 20% increases, and we see them start to sustain themselves for 1 or 2 or 3 days, then we'll know we're in altcoin season. But for right now, all eyes are on Bitcoin. And where Bitcoin goes is where the market goes. And as you can see right here, we tested 57 for just a flash of time, and then it went right back down to 56, consolidated right around 56. So it's a good sign that there's support there. Then we're starting to see these drops down here. Here's a flash drop to 54.4. Then we see it again happen at 54.8. So we're seeing the bulls fighting really hard. But we're going to find out what the support is in the next couple of days. And guys, we're not looking at a crash. We're just looking at a market correction, because there were signals coming out that Bitcoin was overbought and that it was time for everybody to start taking profits and start taking dumps. And if you're using something like TradingView, you know what I'm talking about. So just check your charts, know what it is that you're talking about, know what it is that you're looking for. And when Bitcoin takes off, we're all going to take off. But until then, we're going to accumulate. We're going to do what we can. But that parabolic move, it's coming. And it's coming soon. But that parabolic move is not here yet. And let's move on. All right, guys. Keanu's trading at 1466. That's up 9% to the previous day, which means that you had an opportunity, if you played enough, to get yourself a decent little profit out of it. If you had 20 trillion to 30 trillion tokens, then you might have made a day's work out of it. The low, I believe, was somewhere around 12 in the last 24 hours. So there was an opportunity overnight at about 15.9, I think, for you to make a significant amount of profit and make yourself a hero for the day. Now, you're seeing some dips, and you're seeing some ups and downs right here, and you're still seeing a decently high amount of volume coming in and out of Keanu. So it's important to realize this is an opportunity for people to play dips. I don't know if that's the thing that you do. I don't know if that's what you're into. If it is, then the opportunity kind of exists right now for you to make a few plays. Not life-changing money, but it's an opportunity, and it creates daily volume, which leads to charting. So if you're in it, then make your buys, do your thing. If you're not, it's a great opportunity for you to make a little bit of money playing some dips, going up and down through this market until the next move. And the next move, not sure what the next move is going to be or which day it's going to be announced. Let me rephrase it. I know what the next move is going to be, but nobody can announce it until we get all of the structure and everything worked out. And once that's done, then you're going to see some life-changing moments. And I told you that on Keanu, and nobody could figure out a cease and desist was coming. I mean, that's just something that's just out of the woods that you would never expect. So now we sit here and we come up with another strategy and another plan. I know some of you are dug in on Keanu. I am too. But I'm here to make money for you. I'm here to make money, hopefully for myself. And I'm here to provide a source of charitable donation to any and everybody that we can service through this cryptocurrency. So there are changes coming. They're going to be great. You guys are going to love them. But it's going to take some adapting. It's going to take some movement. And it's going to take some getting used to. But once it starts to happen, you're going to see a lot of parabolic movement. And you're going to see it happen really quickly because there is a great plan in place. It just cannot be announced yet. Moving on. All right, Hokk, you guys are trading at 27.16. That's about even, down 1% on the day. You can see here, though, that a couple of hours ago, there was a very nice run-up, followed by a cascade of paper-handed hose. I don't have a better name. When I come up with a better name for it, I will give you a better name. But for now, they are called paper-handed hose to me. And that led to a little bit of consolidation right here. And as you can see from most of these, your trends seem to be to the up on each one of these. So it's an opportunity for somebody to play a nice dip, maybe make a little bit of money on the side here. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, if you know what I'm saying. Also, there's a situation concerning the Biki, B-I-K-I exchange. The Hokk USDT, BNB, ADA, DOT, LTC, XRP, SHIB, Doge, Uniswap, VDS, they are no longer trading those tokens on their platforms. Guys, BNB is the third largest crypto, and it's no longer being traded on this because of what they call a lack of volume. Guys, these are statistics for Biki Exchange. They do a trading volume of 18.61 million. They rank in the lower part, under 100. There were only 22 cryptocurrencies listed, and most of their activity, matter of fact, 80% of their activity is just Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's just no volume. And if you notice here, number 4 on their volume list is Doge. Doge is being taken off of that list, and EOS, it's just crazy. Obviously, these guys got in above their weight class, and they tried to spread out, and they just cannot afford to be the exchange that they want to be right now. So I don't know what to say. It's a weird sort of situation, but it doesn't affect you guys in the long run because, let's face it, nobody was using the Biki exchange anyway. It was nice to be there. It was cool to see, but nobody's using it. So that's not going to affect you guys at all. In fact, if you are looking at this chart and you are in Hokk, if you're looking at this chart right now, you're seeing these plays over and over again with these cascades of sell-off, and then you're going to see this big up happening. So, and you see it over and over and over again, and if you know, then you know. So you should probably, at this point, get your friends involved and let them know, hey guys, do you want to make a little bit of money? And when I zoom out, your chart is going just straight up. So it's an opportunity to make a little bit of money. I don't think you're going to break support. You're a little bit under you were a little bit under the support when that cascade of sell came, but guess what? Now you're back above that support line, and that usually means that you guys are on your way up. Let's call it, by the chart, 33, 34, something like that. So there's a good opportunity. Get in there while you still can. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. Hokk for the win. Moving on. All right, guys. Sanshu trading at 32.64. That's up 3% to the previous day. There's a flag forming here. When you look at your tops and your bottoms right here, you're starting to see a flag formation that's happening, and that is a pretty big flag. So it looks like this accumulation is going to continue straightening itself out. That usually follows a trend to the upside. and get you guys going in a parabolic fashion. Now, you guys know that we are getting closer and closer to that meme season, that we just got that big test pump, and that was the second test pump. And you guys have been able, going through here, to maintain yourself through this test pump. Now, it's not, obviously, it's not up here where you guys were just a little while ago, but you guys have done an amazing job of maintaining right around this 3,200 level, and it's been that way for several days. I know it's frustrating because you always want to see nothing but up, but this is the way that it works, and you guys are in a good place right now. That arrow is starting to form, and that usually means that you're headed to the upside. Trading volume, if you look here, you can see your trading volume has been kind of high. It dips down. Everybody's is dipping down because Bitcoin is doing its thing right now, and when Bitcoin does its thing, that just bees the way. When you see these right here, and you see this right here, and you see this right here, that probably means that you've hit a low and you're on your way back up. That means there was a lot of sell, and then there was a whole lot of buy to make that big red bar a very small red bar. So I think, guys, that you're in great shape, and I think that you're going to start to see a real quick move to this upside, putting yourselves back in the 4 to 4,500 range, and it looks like it's going to be coming pretty quickly. We're just waiting for a signal. We're just waiting for a sign. We're just waiting to see what Bitcoin does, and as soon as that happens, we're going to start seeing what you guys can do. Moving on. All right, Floki Vikings, guys, I don't know what to say sometimes. You guys are trading at 71.50 right now. That's up 6% to the previous day. You can see that there was a lot of price action, taking it up to about 7,700 overnight. That was definitely a new all-time high. The diluted cap is up to 715 million. The trading volume is at 3.9 million. Everybody's talking about Floki. Floki's starting to trend on Twitter. Floki is starting to go on all kinds of different platforms. You're starting to see a lot of people getting some recognition of what Floki is. Now, the fortunate part for all Floki Vikings is that you have a ton, and I mean a ton, of experts who know far better than your development team what it is that needs to be done in the crypto space, because they are telling you nonstop in chat exactly what they think that you should do, because what they think you should do is continue to go up. Wait, what in the hell is going on here? Wait a minute. There's nothing but up going on in Floki. What are these guys talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting a little bit crazy where you see these people, well, I think that we're going to need to get on another exchange. No shit. Well, I think that how are people going to know that we're here? What's your price prediction? The frickin' moon. Did I say that? I didn't mean to say that. The frickin' moon. That's where it is. I mean, right now, I'm staring at a dollar with a Floki hat. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we are. Everybody's excited. David Gokhstein, guys, I don't know who this person is. I know that he's important to somebody, but I don't know who this guy is. But he is important, and he is posting about Floki. Elon is not recognizing it, but he is posting his dog Floki. Like, everything is working out to the upside for Floki, and you can't drive by Los Angeles without seeing a bus that has Floki on it, or through London, England, without seeing a bus that has Floki. You can't go through Times Square without seeing a billboard that has Floki on it. Miss Doge, get Floki. You can't go through the London Underground, which I don't know if that's... I've never been there, so now I want to go, but Miss Doge, get Floki. Like, everything is going to the upside. And if you just followed all the experts that are in your chat, then you guys would just be able to make some life-changing profit if you haven't already. And I thank you guys, because you have already done that for me. I am in a much better place thanks to what's going on in Floki than I was 2 months ago. That 1,100% increase, that's up to like 2,000 now. So what can you say? A 20x increase on your money? That's pretty nice. This is a post that just came through. And by the way, there is a marketing update that's coming. Poloniex, one of the oldest, most respected exchanges in the world, just listed Floki for free. This is a very big deal, and I can't even overemphasize how big this is. For perspective, Poloniex has only 334 pairs at the time of writing this, compared to almost every other major exchange with over 1,000 pairs. So, they don't just list tokens casually, and it's difficult to get on their radar. They run their own show, and this is evidenced by them listing Floki without even reaching out to us. Take a moment to think about that. One of the oldest, most respected exchanges in the world just casually listed Floki for free without even reaching out to the team. How much more bullish can you get? Guys, that is crazy that these things are happening, and they are happening this quickly. And if you are looking at me right now and you are one of those people who are trying to take profits and trying to play dips out of Floki, then maybe you got a big bag. If you got a big bag, sure, absolutely go ahead. Because this market burn is going to make a huge amount of difference. If Floki were to go up today 10x, let's just call it a 10x. If Floki goes up 10x today, then we all have a lot of money, and that's fine. But then the market cap bears out at about $5 billion, and if that happens, then where do you go from there? Well, Doge at 26. Shiba's at 14. Oh, maybe Doge's at 29. So maybe 30 billion as a market cap is reasonable. So that's 6x from there, and that would be 300. That'd be 30x to get there. So you would think that there's only this area where you can only make 30x on this, but you're not paying attention, because every single day the amount of pooled Floki continues to go down, and the burn continues to burn up and send tokens to the black hole wallet, and the amount of scarcity that's starting to come into play with Floki will continue to go parabolic, because there are so many more holders than there were before. These pooled Floki are going to start to disappear, and when they do, you are going to see parabolic price moves, but you're not going to see an increased supply. You're not going to worry about the supply. The supply is a hyper deflationary sort of supply. So I'm telling you right now, I'm looking you dead in your Floki Viking eyes, and I am telling you, Viking to Viking, hold that shit and don't let go, because this is your ride to wealth, financial freedom, independence, and all the things that you could only dream about. The time is coming, and the way these tokenomics work, I did the math on it. Don't sell. That is all I can tell you. Crypto's very easy. Find a project that you're passionate about, in this case Floki, and hold. That's all you got to do. And over time, and over the course of the next several months, as everything starts to build up, you're going to start to see parabolic moves. You're going to start to see where it's reaching a cap, but you're still going to see the increase, and you're still going to see the increase, because this is not Doge. There's not more being created all the time. There's not more being mined. It's going down, the supply, every single day. So guys, hold, and we all make life-changing money. I can tell you this. I've got family in Floki. I've got friends in Floki. Everybody is looking at it, and when they ask me that question, like, well, what if it gets to like 30 billion market cap like Doge? Where does it go from there? Because that's only going to make me whatever amount of money. No, the supply is burning. Guys, wake up and stay awake and stay alert. And I'm not even talking about Valhalla coming. That's how crazy what's going on in Floki is. So get your shit together. Moving on. All right, Saitama Wolfpack. Guys, I cannot tell you how excited I am today. You guys are trading at 1264. Again, I'm not used to it. I got to keep saying we are trading at 1264. Down 4% to the previous day. There was a little bit of sell-off. There was probably some misunderstanding. I have no idea. There is, and if you see that I have an endless smile on my face today, that is because there is a statement that I'm going to read to you from Saitama so that everybody understands the magnitude of what the Wolfpack is doing right now. I talked about the games. I talk about the show. I talk about the movie. I talk about everything that's coming along. I talk about how awesome that I think that Wolfcaster is, but let me just read this statement to you. Damn, it feels good to be a gangsta. A real gangster blank blank plays his cards right. A real gangsta blank blank never runs his blank mouth. 'Cause real gangster blank blank don't start fights. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Guys, that is so incredible. Signed as a representative and an emissary for Saitama Wolfpack is the legend himself from the Ghetto Boys, Willie D. And listen, guys, I know that some of you like Snoop Dogg, and some of you like Ice Cube, and some of you say, whoa, I go hard because in my suburb there was blah, 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 blah. Or I think Eminem is just a really super smart guy and he makes witty stuff about killing his family or whatever it is that he does. But guys, the Ghetto Boys were on another level, and they are some of the creators of what we now consider that hardcore sort of rap. Even though Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster became commercialized and became a hit because of the movie Office Space, even though there were a lot of things going on at that point that were making that were giving them that up that they needed to show social significance, etc. Guys, Willie D is an absolute legend. And if you are too young to know, okay, but it's crazy. Lawrence, Massachusetts. Saitama, one of the fastest growing cryptocurrency and community-driven platforms, has named Willie D as president of NFT curation and talent acquisition in a deal reportedly worth over $50 million with incentive and bonuses. Willie D, given name William Dennis, will be best known for his role as a member of the legendary rap group Ghetto Boys. Willie D also has penned a top-rated advice column for the Houston Press, Vice magazine, and currently hosts the popular Willie D Live podcast on YouTube that boasts nearly 700,000 subscribers. In 2020, 700,000 subscribers? Damn, son, send that shit my way. Now I lost my place. In 2020, he and fellow Ghetto Boys bandmate Scarface inked a deal with Charlemagne the God's Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeart Podcast to produce a 1-hour interview formatted show with celebrity and news makers. On July 5, 2021, the Ghetto Boys Reloaded podcast, based in Houston, debuted at number 3 and moved to number 1 the following day on Apple Podcast music charts. In his talent acquisition role, Willie D will be responsible for securing high-level partnerships within several industries, including, but not limited to, high-profile individuals and businesses in the entertainment space. This is going to be amazing, and you heard it here fifth, maybe, because everybody should be talking about it. And if you were one of those people who said, Willie D, and then you sold off when the announcement was made, you are an idiot, because that was news you probably didn't want to sell. Everything is looking amazing, guys. So get your bag packed. Willie D is going to take you to another level, and that's all I got to say about that. Moving on. All right, Kishu, trading at 1921. That's up 8%, but you know as well as I do, that's not where it landed last night. Last night, you guys were up at 27. Guys, you have had a parabolic period of growth rate here from one of these silly lows that we all had to go through, and it just went crazy, and it's continuing to go crazy, and it's because of your development team. Now, what does that mean for you? It means, hey, guys, and by the way, we're talking about 205,000 holders now, and it continues to go up. If I go and take the moment to look at it right now, it's up to 207,000. So it's starting to move and move and move and move. That growth is happening, and it's happening real time. And you guys are about to get sent. But there's going to be a little pause. And in 6 hours from right now at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, this was an impressive milestone. 205,000 is holding great. We will set up a countdown for the bigger voice chat, for the biggest voice chat we've ever had. This will be placed on Twitter, so make sure you have everything ready for it. So guys, if you are interested to find out what's going on, then I think it's called Spaces on Twitter. Get into Twitter, get yourself, if you're not a member of Twitter, you should be, but if you're not, make sure that you sign up, log in, go to Inu Kishu. They're going to give you a link, and then you're going to be able to see exactly what it is that's going on. They're going to be having a nice discussion. I think I've seen a lot of these lately, and that's the way that things are going for the future. Also, there was a little problem with OKEX and Gate.io for the withdrawals, but I believe that that's fixed now, so everything should be running fine and smoothly. Problem was on their side, and some kind of exchange issue, something like that, weird thing. But it was affecting everybody yesterday if you had internet problems and you experienced it too. So all these things are sending me what we would call a flag that you guys are about to hit that parabolic growth mode. And if you just look at this chart for the last couple of days, it is nothing but up. It has continued up the entire time. Take a step back, look at it. You guys are about to get sent to the stratosphere, just like you deserve to be. It's a great dev team. Everything that you are touching right now is turning to gold. So be happy and understand that that next leg up is just around the corner. Might even be 6 hours away. Moving on. All right, StarLink Troopers, you guys are trading at 1753. That's up 23.5% to a day when I told you that you were already doing this big up to begin with. And if you've been following me for any length of time, you know how much I believe in this project, and you know how much I think this game is going to be a game changer, especially in the meta universe space, because it is amazing. Even the little tidbits that I've seen, everything is starting to fall together, and everything is starting to come together, and it's starting to look like a great thing. Now, the top here was at 1900, and I know that for some of you, that 1900, that was that big moon way back in the day, but guess what? You're almost back to your all-time high. So that's how quickly everything is going on for the StarLink universe. Guys, it is incredible, and here we are with a new white paper 2.0 that just went live. And if we go to it, and I'm going to take that time because guess what? I ain't got anything better to do. And yeah, my computer does that now. Here we go. I'm not going to read this whole thing for you because that's going to take way too long. But there is a new white paper up for you to go look. Obviously, the artwork is great. Starl token, let's do these parts right here. It's an ERC20 token with supply of 10 trillion. All tokens in circulation with the initial liquidity and contract ownership burned. This means that no further Starl tokens can be minted into circulation. It was fair launched. They're publicly tradable. Of course, everything that you come to expect from a token. No tax, no fee, no pre-sale, no private unlocks, no dev token wallet. Total supply 100% circulating. Initial liquidity added 100%. Universe. Unity moving towards Unreal Engine. The project's initial development was by the community and started on the Unity real-time video game engine. This is the sector of the metaverse that was created right away and was what could be seen in the first gameplay images that showcased the space hub. Moving forward, development will be worked on professionally using the Unreal Engine. And that's unreal for you. Creating a vast metaverse based in space with a virtual economy would usually require years of development. However, Starl has expedited the process by adapting Warp Nexus, an unreleased AAA space exploration MMO created by Scott Brown and his team, built on the Unreal Engine. In addition, Shahid Ahmad, a renowned gaming developer with extensive accolades in the industry, was hired to be an advisor and producer in the transformation of Warp Nexus into the Starl metaverse. So there it is. Here's an explanation of how the economy is going to work. The play-to-earn aspects, it's going to be incredible. Yeah, it's going to be incredible. And there's a nice marketing budget. Everything is in place for you guys to just have a parabolic lift and just completely take off. So you're going to see some ups, you're going to see some downs, you're going to see some moves every once in a while. You'll see somebody make a sell. Psst, crazy people. But everything is working out to your benefit, and everything is looking real good for you right now. So keep the faith and understand your development team is doing everything for the betterment of your token and this game, and it is going to be unbelievable when it happens. Moving on. Okay, boss, token trading in 1958. I told you yesterday, have some faith, understand that what you have is an amazing product, and Boss Track is going to be a game changer in the industry. And from that moment, you guys are up 26% on the day, which means that if you had 10 grand into this product, you just pulled 2,600 bucks out of it. So, guys, I like being right. I really like being right. But seriously, you're getting more and more holders every day. The amount of people that are engaging in this product continues to go up. There's continuing to be movement to the upside. Probably some work needs to be done on marketing. You guys are a small army, but a dedicated army. So you got to shill. You got to let people know. And start posting some links so that people can understand what Boss Track is. Boss Track is, and I'm telling you, Boss Track is a game changer. And a game changer like this should be shared with everybody because everybody is going to end up using it. I'm not sure if that applies as a dev. I'm not sure. Is this going to be a wallet? Or is this going to be an app? Or is this going to be on the computer? Like, there's plenty of things that are still not answered for me. But Zero Waiting is doing a lot of work right now to make sure that you guys are skyrocketing. And here it is. It's happening right now. So, guys, stay motivated, stay excited, because also BNB is going crazy right now. So that was a great decision itself in making that play. So I guess that's all I got for today. Just remember, you guys are doing a great job. Get in the comment section. Make sure that everybody knows that the bosses are not to be messed with. Moving on. All right, guys, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but let's talk for a second about the future. We don't know where Bitcoin's going to end up. Most people are starting to predict 200,000. In order for that to happen, it's going to need about $3 trillion to either enter the market, or it's going to need at least $2 trillion to enter the market and $1 trillion to be bled from other projects in order to get to that number, or it's going to need for a lot of Bitcoin to be put into cold storage wallets. And most of those don't seem reasonable. So the reasonable number might be 100,000. I don't know where people are getting the numbers from. If you want Ethereum to double, first of all, you have to take into account it's still not deflationary, even though it now has a mechanism for that to happen. It's not going down. It's still being mined, and it's still going up. And it's starting to look like it will be February of 2022 before Ethereum moves to the POS staking module. Now, most people were anticipating and expecting, and there seems to be a lot of pressure on them to get it done before the end of this year, but they are taking the when it's ready policy, and I don't know that it's even hit a testnet anywhere to be tested. That upgrade is called Serenity. If you remember, the last one was called London. This one's going to be called Serenity, and it will bring the POS staking mechanism. Now, it also requires consensus approval from the mining community, and mining community will pave the way for a sharding community, which is going to be something entirely different that we'll get to at a later point. But the point is, POS staking will drop the fees dramatically, probably by about 90%. You're still going to have, if you're using Uniswap, you're still going to have their minimal fee for transactions, but beyond that, you're going to have a much more reasonable amount that will be paid into each transaction, and each one of those fees will include a little bit of a burn. So, we'll see how it plays out, but you do have now options. Now, Cardano at the moment, not an option, because it doesn't have an easy-to-use DEX. It doesn't have swaps that are easy to use. They're still in development. They're not here yet. But Avalanche appears to have one. BNB appears to have one. Matic appears to have one. There are plenty of options. Now, with that being said, how is there a path forward for Ethereum to get to 20,000? If you look down here, where I'm putting massive bounce to the upside expected, there is a massive bounce, but maybe it's only that. But then 20K Ethereum on tap. I'm not sure that there is. I don't have, obviously we don't have a crystal ball, but it's very difficult to say that Ethereum has 20,000 in it, because in order to get there, that would require a 6x from where it currently is, and 6x would put it at 2.4 trillion market cap. Now, how is Bitcoin going to have a $4 trillion market cap? Well, it's not. It's going to be a blow off top, and then it'll start to sink. But the last big run up at the beginning of this year saw Bitcoin hit 64,000 before it started to cascade back down, where it settled, and then it took about a month. And about a month later, that's when Ethereum took that rocket ride from wherever it was, I think 1,100, 1,700, all the way up to 4,600. So the money will not all be there at the same time. The money will move around, but it still requires more money than is currently in the market. And there's the 18th is coming, 5 days away. We don't know how this ETF is going to affect everything, but that ETF is not what we were hoping that it would be. It is just an investment into companies that are already invested into Bitcoin, and those companies have limited funds available to begin with. So how do we get to those big numbers? Well, sometimes you just have to believe. Like, I'm being a little bit pragmatic about it right now, but every time somebody like myself has said something like this, guess what? The market has gone into a parabolic mode, and it has done that next leg up, and it's included more and more and more money. So it's entirely possible that it's going to happen. Then the bull market's going to be over, and we're going to enter a bear market, and everything is just going to sit there for a little bit. We're going to play our dips. We're going to do whatever it is that we do. We're going to put our money to Tether. Whatever you choose to do is what you choose to do. But then after that point, then another months and months and months away, bull market is going to start. And when that bull market starts, then we're going to catch that high again, and we're going to continue that run up. And then we've got another couple years of crazy growth. And maybe we're going to start to see a whole lot more money into this market, because if you go back and you look, this market was actually about half what it was a year ago. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that type of parabolic growth is going to be not just possible, but inevitable. But it's very difficult to see it right now, because the sentiment in the world right now is very difficult. So we'll keep track of it. We'll be watching it every day and hope that this is when it's going to happen. But when I say all this, even if we don't get a 20K Ethereum, even if we don't get 100K Bitcoin, even if we get 80K Bitcoin, even if we get 10K Ethereum, we're still going to be seeing huge lifts off of that. Just think about where your money is right now in your meme coin, and imagine if you're wrapped with Ethereum, and imagine that it goes 3x. Things are going to get crazy. Things are going to get absolutely crazy before this is all said and done. So strap yourself in, because the ride is going to be an interesting one, and everybody who is faithful is going to make a lot of money. So guys, that's my time. I know I've talked your ear off today, but I had a lot to say. I had a lot to say about everything today. If you like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified, and we will see you tomorrow.
Been around since the 80s and wasn't always cool, especially with the ladies. I was a damn fool. Dad was an alcoholic. Mama, she had to leave him. Grew up around the fighting, the fussing, cussing, and cheating. That's when I started breaking all of the rules, selling drugs and robbing people. I was kicked out of school. I was a bad kid, tearing shit up, sleeping on couches with 40 bottles and cigarettes.